Okay, welcome back again, everyone. Yeah, as Huiying said, we are all very familiar with each other already. After like 2 months, we are entering the third month of our webinar. So today is a very special day. In fact, the eve of a very special day, which is tomorrow. Singapore is celebrating its Independence Day, and today we giving everyone a special topic, the spinel. Spinel itself doesn't sound very interesting, so we call it the little red dot. Okay, little red dot is a nickname that Kunming, Huiying, and myself used to describe spinel because um, yeah, more of that in the photos and the examples of Huiying, which she gonna show after the slides. And Little Red Dot really resembles Singapore for some reason. The color is the color of the flag of Singapore and everything else. You see. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin the slides. And wait, it's not working. Okay. So as always, this webinar is brought to you by Kunming Huiying, the co-founders of the Gem Museum, and myself, the curator of the museum, gemologist from GIA London. And Spinel is Spinel ruby is a red stone, right? And Spinel is today's topic is a very confused stone. It has a turbulent history. Everyone was confused in the ancient world. And when you talk about red stones, the people in the ancient world, they would just think red stone is it symbolizes power, beauty, fire, blood, even life. You know, so that's why ancient people liked red stones. Okay, spinel or ruby, they didn't know. All they know is they like red stones. Okay, so ancient kings, they love to have rubies. Why? Because ruby is one of the most precious gemstones in the world. But what they didn't know is they're holding a ruby or a spinel. So that is the questions. And it has been a mystery for a many centuries back then. And here are some of the history. It's one of the most interesting I would say, categories of the slides. For me, I hope it's for you too. So why do people before confuse with ruby and spinel? That is because of obviously of its appearance, right? It has the same color, it has the same origin, um, and spinel was also even known as the ballast ruby for some reason for many centuries. Okay, and the fact why ruby is spinel is known as ballast ruby is because of the locality of where it's came from. Okay, ballast, the term ballast is referring to the location of Badakhshan. Okay, Badakhshan or present day part Tajikistan and northern Afghanistan makes the ancient Badakhshan. And the mine located in Badakhshan actually mine rubies and spinels alike. So when people mine red stones from that mine, they will just simply call it ruby. And of course, they will just name it by the locality of the mine as well. So they call it ballast ruby. And unknowingly, it really is a different mineral altogether. It's a spinel. So, and of course, due to insufficient gemological knowledge, they just mine red stones, okay, just thinking that it's ruby. In fact, um, all of the ancient ruby sources, um, the products from the ancient ruby sources were actually called rubies, or sometimes they would just leave it. They would just call it a red stones because they didn't know what exactly what stone is it. So it's like it doesn't have any other name except for ruby for red stones. So they will just call it ruby. And modern day is obviously now we have sufficient knowledge. We know what is spinel, what is ruby. But to be fair, ancient times they do not have that knowledge. And up until the 16th century, where proper mineralogy and gemological knowledge begin to develop. Okay, so the Burmese were actually the first in the world to distinguish the two in the 1500s. So Burmese, they have been mining for rubies for centuries. Okay, I do not know how they know the difference. Maybe the shape of the crystal, or the color difference, maybe, or even the hardness. I do not know. So in fact, it's just that they are the first one who distinguished the two. And then it goes to Europe in the 1800s, but it's 3 centuries later. The damage has already been done. Everything that comes out from Badashan were called ruby. And some of the famous rubies are, are located in many royal and significant jewels. Okay, they just mistake took its identity as a ruby, which in fact is a spinel. So two of them, which I'm gonna display here, is the Black Prince ruby, a very famous stone, and the Timor ruby were among the famous spinels. So the Black Prince ruby, which I'm gonna explain later, and the Timor ruby is right here, the picture. Um, the centerpiece is called what they call the Timor ruby. And this stone has, I would say, very interesting history. Okay, it used to be just a single piece of stone, the centerpiece, before it became a necklace. Okay, it was called Timor ruby because of its first owner, the Timor king. The Timor king once ruled the Central Asia, most part of Central Asia, from Mongolia to Uzbekistan. Okay, in the Timurid dynasty. It's a very big dynasty in the 14th century. Um, Very huge. They are actually the descendant of the Genghis Khan in Mongolia. So nothing much happened for in this ruby, but when it's in the possession of the Timur king. Um, oh yeah, the origin of this stone is from Badashan as well, one of the first places to find large pieces of spinel. And this Timur king is a very powerful man. He nothing much happened. He just keep it as his treasure. Okay, and then eventually he passes this ruby to his descendant, which coincidentally founded the Mughal Empire. Okay, the Mughal Empire once ruled ancient India. It's a very powerful empire as well. Many of the precious jewels, like the Mughal emerald, or many of the diamonds, were founded during the Mughal Empire. And this stone right here even have engravings of the past owners, mostly from the Mughal Empire era. Okay, it has around 4 to 5 names, but it does not only belongs to the Mughal. It passes to it once passes to the king of Pakistan at one point before returning back to India, and then if I'm not mistaken, returning back to Punjab, which is part of India, and then the British uh, Empire came to annex Punjab, and therefore they somehow took hold of this Timor ruby and kept it in their possession. And when it becomes a necklace in the 1853, to be exact, it was not worn by any royalty of the British colony. It was just kept in a safe. It never seen a, even a bit of daylight whatsoever. So that's how the ruby that's just a little bit of the history of the Timor ruby. What more interesting is the Black Prince ruby. Okay, it has a much more complex history compared to the Timor ruby. It trades hand many times, countless times, and it actually acts as a spoil of war. Okay, during that time in the 14th and 15th centuries, there are many wars going on between kings, even brothers. You know, they're trying to kill their own brothers. I mean, it's weird. Like they should love each other. You know. So just so you know, the spinel is located right in the middle of the crown, the modern day um, where it is now. Okay, the in the imperial state crown is a 170 carat spinel just above the Cullinan 2 diamond. So the history goes way before this Edward. Um, yeah, it named after Edward, the Duke of Cornwall, because he is known as the Black Prince. So before Edward, he it somehow belongs to one of the king in the Central Asia. Of course, it's from Badashan as well. So as I said, kings trying to to defeat the other king, and once they do, they will just take the jewelries as their spoils, right? And including the ruby. It's passed down to many hands, and when until one point, um, one of the generals of a country trying to escape from his brother. Okay, that means a brother trying to kill the general, and this general seek help from Edward. Okay, he seek help from Edward, um, trying to defeat his brother that's trying to kill him, and in return, this general promised Edward that he'll give some of his treasures to Edward in return. So Edward accepted and went on to defeated the brother, the evil brother. So this general eventually gave the ruby, the ruby to Edward, and it was dubbed the Black Prince Ruby ever since. And it was so Edward being in the royal family, it was being kept as well until the 19th century that it was being set into this crown. This crown is um, a new design compared to the previous one. Only then they set it on the crown, and maybe and I think it's in the 20th century. Only then the diamond came because the Cullinan 2 diamond is discovered in the 1903, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, regardless, it is still one of the biggest piece of spinel. Is you can actually see the octahedral shape. It's a semi-polished spinel, and it's located in the Tower Castle, which you have to pay £30 to enter for a visit. I was there when I was in London, but I did not visit them because I was broke. £30 is just too expensive to pay a visit, and yeah, why not just admire the photo, right? The Imperial State Crown and the 170 carat spinel. So ancient sources, like I mentioned many times, from Badashan, modern day Tajikistan, is the origin of the term Bash ruby. It was first mentioned as early as the 1st century AD, and the mine itself is called the Ku-i-Lal, just around the border of the Afghanistan. So Badashan will be here. More than half of Tajikistan and northern part of the Afghanistan. So Badashan will be like here, right? So modern day Tajikistan is where the Kuilao is located now. And Myanmar, of course, Burma is a very important source for spinel and ruby alike. Origin is a very important um, aspect for some because some of the localities they produce fine qualities, none like any other localities. And so spinel is in a gemological sense, Spinel is magnesium aluminum oxide. Okay, it somehow it's really closely resembles the corundum because corundum is aluminum oxide, whereas spinel is magnesium aluminum oxide. But two of them, they are completely different minerals. Okay, and spinel, however, is softer and lighter than the ruby. So softer in the most hardness of 8, and lighter in terms of the specific gravity of the ruby. And the two are commonly, I will not say two. So spinel is commonly red, which is um, the color of the ruby, but it also comes in many other colors as well, like the pink, purple, violet, blue, gray, black. You don't really see colorless spinel in nature. It's really rare. You only see colorless spinel in synthetics. Okay. Um, Nevertheless, both of them, they are red. That's why people are confused. And so there are two different minerals, right? But both of them, they are formed in marbles, the metamorphic rock of marble. And so why we call it little red dot is because you see this picture right here. It's just white and red. It really, uh, okay, it highly resembles Singapore. Singapore is a very tiny country in a big world, just like this tiny little spinel in this rock of pearly white marble, right? So red, this is a red crystal. In fact, this is a spinel, the little red dot resting on this marble canvas. Is And for the miners in the ancient world, when they are mining for rubies and spinels, when they look at this mountain of marble, just a white piece of mountain, right? It's very easy to spot this red dot, or maybe many red crystals, and for them to identify um, the mineral, they have to look closely into their crystal shape because both of them they are formed under different crystal system. Spinel, they have this octahedral shape, which is a back-to-back pyramid, which you're going to see later. And ruby, on the other hand, is they're more elongated prism. Okay, either elongated prism or more tabular. It doesn't triangular. How do you say tablet? Yeah. So octahedral like this one. Okay, and in the 1800s and before 1800s, the spinel doesn't have a name. Okay, and as I mentioned before, the knowledge of differentiating ruby and spinel came to Europe in the 1800s, and only then they gave the name spinel to this unknown red mineral. So this spinel is actually derived from a Latin word called spinella, meaning little thorn. That is because of its sharp octahedral crystal. So here is a very fine example of the octahedral shape. So as you can imagine, it's a back-to-back pyramid. It has 6 pointy tips, one at the back over here. And for the well-formed crystal, it can be sharp. So that is how they get its name. It's called spinel. So yeah, it's quite rightly so too. And even after they figure out, okay, these two are completely different minerals. This spinel cannot be ruby. It took many years. It took decades for spinel to escape the ruby's shadow. Okay, before that, spinel got all the fame and recognition of the ruby. All right, just because of people mistaken its identity, and after they realized, oh, this is a spinel, um, spinel suddenly became undesirable. People doesn't want spinel. All they care about is ruby. Why? Because obviously ruby resembles royalty, everything that I mentioned, life, right? And Spinel is just another lookalike, another doppelganger trying to imitate ruby. It's almost like you're buying a zircon to replace a diamond. It's completely different, right? So it took many years for people to start realizing the beauty of Spinel, and that is partly because of the increasing recognition of the Spinel. More knowledge of Spinel came to the public, and of course, with the help of the diminishing supply of fine rubies. So large rubies are extremely rare to pair with its good color, and sometimes fine rubies, um, sorry, sometimes rubies, they can be highly included that really doesn't really look good, okay? And of course, it helped the Spinel to rise to the occasion. And even in the modern days, there are many people are starting to like Spinel. And because right now, people are starting to get more financial awareness, right? They care about their pocket money. They do not want to overspend on something like the rubies are mainly for the rich and collectors. Um, Spinel can be an economical alternative for rubies or even pink diamonds. So pink Spinel can have this pastel pink that can kind of like simulate the diamond if you do not want to spend too much money on pink diamonds. And so it also has many different colors to suit many different tastes, many different color preference too. Other than red and pink, it has lavender. It has the blue to really look like sapphires, and even gray spinels, gray or black. They can be really metallic look that is kind of out of the norm, kind of gemstone. And all of this recognition ended up being um, ended up this spinel being inducted as a birthstone in 2016. Yes, it's very recent, just 4 years ago, and you guessed it, is the birthstone of August. So it's a really right topic for us to talk about the birthstone, the August birthstone in tomorrow, for tomorrow's Singapore's birthday, right? So as well as India's birthday and many other countries that is Independence Day is in August. So, and here is a quick comparison between the two. So just to get it right, hope you do not get confused with Spinel and Ruby. Spinel is a singly refractive stone. Usually singly refractive stone, they are more transparent and more reflective. Internal reflection is more sparkly compared to the double refractive like the ruby. And as we all know, Spinel is softer than ruby, 8 compared to 9. It's just one level apart. It's not too much. It's not like the 9 and 10. It's just few thousand difference between 9 and 10. 8 to 9 is okay. 8 is still very durable for everyday use. It can fit any kinds of jewelries as well. And Spinel, it has less inclusions compared to ruby. Occasionally they will have crystals. Yes, obviously they have crystals. They have fingerprints. But the ruby, they are much more included. They have silk. They have rutile needles. They have fingerprints. They have crystals. And if you compare Spinel and ruby side by side, you can, I mean, fine Spinel and ruby, you can actually see the difference. Spinel can produce more sparkle inside, whereas ruby, it's more dull. All you can is just up to perspective. Okay, um, Spinel, for a person who likes Spinel, they would like it to be sparkly and reflective. And for ruby, people appreciate ruby because of its color, not by those transparency and anything that is in the Spinel. So rubies, they have inclusions that actually help to enhance its color, right? the rutile needles that help scatter the light to make it more brighter, um, which is a ruby specialty. Okay, and spinel it has less inclusion that help its sparkle, more transparency. And spinel it has larger size available in the market compared to ruby, which can be really, really rare, really hard to find. Um, and spinel, it has diverse in color too, like the pink, the purple, blue, gray. Um, whereas ruby, it only comes in red. Any other colors, we'll call it sapphire or fancy sapphires. And finally is the cost. Okay, spinel is less costlier than ruby. Ruby, it has, due to its rarity, due to its history, and the color is just one of a kind, the pigeon's blood, it can be really, really costly. And what more suitable to compare to talk about the value than the auction houses, right? So it's just a fun fact to end my slide. I'm comparing two of the most expensive specimen of each mineral, right? The most expensive spinel on the left, the most expensive ruby on the right. So the left one, the Hope spinel, is 50.13 carats. And it was only sold as in a Bonham auction for US dollar of 29,000 per carat. You do the math, 29,000 multiplied by 50 carats is a lot, okay? But it still doesn't really compare to the best ruby. This Sunrise ruby, 25.5 carat, pigeon's blood ruby was sold for a record US dollar 1.2 million per carat. And it made this Sunrise ruby the most expensive colored stone ever sold yet, okay? Other than diamonds, okay? Color stones, any other color stones is the most expensive ever sold in an auction. So what you can see here is just, of course you might ask, in the auction house, the jewelry piece might have the historical value to it too. So the Hope spinel were actually belong to the Hope family, a very popular, very powerful British slash Dutch merchant banker in, I think it's in the 18th or 19th century. And he is a jewelry collector as well, this Mr. Hope, okay? He also owned one of the famous diamond, the Hope diamond, right? The big blue gemstone, big blue diamond in the Washington D.C. that fluoresces red. So it has history. It's just because of its the mineral spinel, it just cannot compare to the ruby, where everybody appreciate its color. But spinel in the end can be really, really beautiful once it has a good cut. It can it comes in various colors. Like I said, it can suit many different tastes of people, right? um, it has good cut, and even now, not just customers, right? The cutters, the jewelers, even collectors are looking upon the spinel, right? Spinel is getting more and more popular due to its all of the characteristics like I mentioned previously. So this is all for my slide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll pass it to Huiying, which she's going to talk about the trip to Myanmar and maybe show you some of these samples of the little red dot. Over to you, Huiying.
Hi everyone, we are here.
Wow, there's a nice Singapore.
Yeah, little red dot. Okay, so thanks Andrew for the very interesting background for spinel and making comparisons between spinel and rubies. I think, yeah. So when we started in this trade, right? Like when I started off being a gemologist and all that, that was like probably
2007.
Yes, 2007. At that time, spinel is not popular. You know, even the red ones are not popular. and they're very inexpensive. Okay, I don't want to use the word cheap lah. It's inexpensive. Okay?
Yes, yes, inexpensive.
It was
is a
very,
good
very
word.
inexpensive. And then over time, in the last 10 years or even last 5 years, we begin to see the prices of spinel go up by quite a bit. Okay, and that's also because one of the reasons is because of the demand, because people start to appreciate spinels, appreciate the properties, the color, and its rarity. And of course, at the same time, ruby prices went up by a lot. So people looking for alternatives. It's like emerald like that, you know, people start to use zavorite as an alternative, you know, things like this. So basically, there's a lot of, it's very dynamic, I would say, for prices, in terms of pricing, right? Okay, so let's go to, I just want to show you, okay, where is my thing?
I just sent you the video.
Oh,
for the-
okay. Yeah, no, but I was, oh, there we go, there it is. Okay. So anyway, we are celebrating National Day, Singapore's National Day, right? And just now Andrew also mentioned a little bit about little red dot. So for the benefit of everyone, actually also for myself, okay, without doing this, I also wouldn't go and do this research. How did we get the little red dot? Apparently it was from this, you know, the term little red dot gained currency after the former Indonesian president was regarded as having criticized Singapore in an article published in this Asian Wall Street Journal. So it didn't come from a positive note. But eventually we took it very positively, because like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, little red dot, so be it lah. You know, we are little, but we are big. Anyway, so that's why Singapore is called the little red dot, because we are so small. We are only a total land area of no more than 718.3 square kilometers, which is really, really small, okay? I know that there are some places, some countries, their lake, just the lake, or it's just the lake itself, L-A-K-E, the
Yeah.
lake itself is bigger than Singapore already.
Bigger than Singapore.
So we are really very small country, very small land here.
Yeah. Last year I went to Allendale mine in Western Australia. The mine alone is like, I think 2 to 3 times of Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah, and the whole place is desert area. So Singapore is really very small. So we are known as the little
red dot, and we take pride in that. So today we're going to show you some little red dots. Okay, although we don't produce them, but we take them now. Okay, we use their name. All right, so Kunming is going to show you some little red dot right now. I'm going to share screen. Airplay, huh? Okay. So before we share with you the our journey or our trip to Myanmar, we were going to show all of you not just the Myanmar trip that we went, but also the Vietnam trip that we went many years, or about 10 years ago. Yeah. Okay,
So,
yay.
as you can see here, the little red dot is because spinel forms in marble. And you can see here, there's a spinel crystal. This is from Myanmar, this is from Mogok. And you can see the spinel crystal, the octahedral crystal here. So we call it a little red dot.
Yeah.
Look at that. Let's see more little red dots. So here you have another piece that is in the marble. So the beautiful thing about the spinel mine is that the whole area is in marble. So you would think that, oh, it's snow. When I first went to
That's for Vietnam.
in
Not all the mines are the same.
yeah, in this where they call
Loke
it
Huiying.
Bolongle in Mogok, the whole place, right, is
Full of marble.
marble. So
But they produce
rubies too,
over there.
and spinel. So
Yeah, that's
let me
right.
go and zoom in.
So this is from another mine in Myanmar, Pien Piet
Pien Piet in
mine.
Mogok.
Yeah. This mine produces spinels that look like this with the matrix that comes with pyrite. Yeah, this one shows pyrite.
So this is one of them. So
Yeah.
the marble is like the white, and then the little red dots. So we coined the term little red dot for the spinel crystals.
Yes. So we
Let me show you.
adopted them.
This is one of my favorite piece.
Yeah, so in the market, right, just now we see this question. So by the way, we have the Q&A. Feel free to type in your questions and we try and answer them either by written answer or, you know, we'll answer you live. How expensive can be spinels?
So just now this
Andrew
already shared.
yeah. So
look at that.
something like this mineral is I would say is very rare because we don't see them very often, and they're very beautiful, of course.
It's the pyrite.
Yeah, and it's not just for the spinel itself, but it's really for the entire matrix itself, because the whole thing looks very pretty, and the color is not like the dull red color. It's the bright pinkish reddish color. It's very beautiful. You can see in the image here. Not image, this
See
camera.
this little cute one? See this?
Yeah, this octahedral shape. So if you know crystals, you will really appreciate this. Yeah, we used to sell a couple of pieces. We had some pieces and then we sold them without knowing the price because nobody was really selling them. So now I'm not selling them anymore because it's pretty rare, and if you go Google, they're not that cheap. Yeah, they're not like cheap items lah for minerals itself. Okay.
So these are all from Myanmar.
Yeah.
Show you some other
Show him
octahedrals.
the Sri Lankan one. You can have a look at how the Sri Lankan
This is
ones
the Sri Lankan
look.
one.
Yeah,
It's from Sri Lanka.
dull red.
It's a bit more dull,
It comes in different colors.
but the shape is the same. Octahedral.
Yeah, so this is the Sri Lankan one, and they're larger in size.
It's really much bigger.
Yeah.
Then we show
Then we
them
have the Vietnam one.
the Vietnamese.
Yeah, the Vietnamese gems tend to be a bit like orangey, pinkish for some reason. But Vietnamese spinel is not so common. The popular one and the important one is the cobalt spinel, the blue cobalt spinel. Yeah, so it's we have a couple of pieces on sale from the Gem Museum shop itself.
Okay, this is one of my favorite spinel piece from
Spinel
Vietnam.
specimen. Oh, I remember this one we bought at the bottom of the mine.
No.
We came down.
No. This one we had to take motorcycle up a place. Then it was in a small little hut, a miner's hut.
Yeah, along the way to the
Yeah,
mine.
yeah,
Yeah,
along
along
the
the
way.
way to the mine.
So I like this very much because it's a
Twin.
crystal. You see this is one crystal, and you see this part is another part.
Yeah.
This is the re-entrant angle here,
Yeah, that's right.
and another twin is this, and it's golden and it's huge. It's my hand size.
Yeah, he's
Look
got
at
big
that.
hand.
Can I zoom? Oh, it zoom out already. Oh my, so big.
Yeah.
So this one is from this place called An Phu.
Yeah.
An Phu Yen Bai from Vietnam.
Yeah.
So it's north of Hanoi. So you can actually go to this mine. It's about I think 5 hours drive. 2 hours. I think 5 hours. 5 hours drive from
You have
Hanoi
very
up
good
north.
memory.
Up north, and it's a very snaky road. Very
I don't
very
remember
snaky
really.
road. Yeah.
So this is the up the mountain.
Ah, yeah.
That
This-
one is down
this-
the
this
mountain.
is up the mountain.
So we have this specimen from Vietnam up the mountain. Purple
Purplish
spinel.
spinel.
So nice.
Look at this.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Don't know whether got to
Move up.
yeah
Okay.
leh. So you see the purple spinel.
Yeah. So
And
this is a
the
nice
marble.
lavender spinel.
See that? Let me just increase the.
Too much. Okay. Yeah, good.
So look at that. This is a spinel here. You can see the re-entrant angle. Two crystals growing together.
Yeah, the actual color is actually much more prettier, more pastel purple. This color in the image here looks a little bit stronger purple.
Yeah.
The actual color is more lavender, you know, the lighter
Lavender.
kind of color. Yeah.
So there are small ones here.
This is
some
the
here.
smaller piece that we brought back. Actually, from the mountain, we took back this like the huge.
Yeah, a
huge
giant
piece.
one on
And
the
then-
top of the mountain.
Yeah, in our mind, right, we were thinking like, the spinner is only like that small little part at the top of that whole big
Matrix.
specimen, you know.
Yeah.
And then we thought, okay, we can break off the marble and
Maybe
bring back
find
the
some more.
smaller piece so that it's not so heavy to bring back, because that time was one of our earlier trips
Yeah.
out, you know. Then we were not sure how to bring back all this heavy stuff. Yeah, but eventually we did lah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how
It's
we did
really
that also.
amazing.
Yeah, so these are the Vietnamese ones. You show them the nice
Oh, yeah.
crystals.
We have this,
These are the Burmese
Burmese.
crystals.
So I show
Yeah.
you one larger octahedral.
Yeah, so stay with us because we're going to show you really, really nice ones later on photo. Cannot
See?
afford, that one very expensive.
This is one from Myanmar, very beautiful octahedral shape.
Yeah, these are our student samples. We are very blessed to have all these student samples to show,
Yeah.
you know, very clearly what they are.
So one thing about Institute is that we have a lot of samples
Yeah,
that we collect over the years, so you can see gem quality
yeah, that's
and
right.
also specimen quality.
Yeah. We have a box of Star of David spinels actually, but
Oh, that I can show you like almost like a Star of David. So Star of David spinel, it looks like the Star of David. Why? Because there is two makers growing together, and this is one of it. But this one is not totally inverted.
yeah,
See? Wow! Look at that. See the triangle.
yeah, very nice specimen.
So if the center center triangle is bigger,
Grow
then it will
bigger.
look like a Star of David.
Yeah, that's right.
This is from Myanmar.
These are from Myanmar with a reentrant angle.
This is a tabular.
Yeah, I really like the color actually.
See that?
So I think the geological formation in Myanmar makes the color clean.
See
You
the
know-
re-entrant angle.
Yeah, those from say
at
for
that.
example Sri Lanka,
There you can see like the Star of David.
yeah, they do tend to look a little bit darker
See?
or brownish. Myanmar also got a bit brownish ones.
Yeah.
But this is very nice
I
one.
want to show you one
Another one.
more piece from Myanmar. There is a well-formed octahedral that is
Octahedral.
pretty clean.
Yep.
I like this. Wow. Look at
So
that.
if you want to see how big it looks, right, it's not so big. It's just like this. Okay, it's just like this.
Okay, let me zoom out.
This specimen that Kunming is showing is a very nice piece.
Yeah, look at the
Because of
well-formed crystal
Yeah,
faces.
that's right.
See? Very beautiful.
Yep.
I wish we can like this.
Yeah, very sharp corners.
It's amazing how it forms.
So
Right.
yeah, that's right. Spinel doesn't come in just red color like
It
Andrew
has a
mentioned
few
just
other
now.
colors. Let me show you some cut stones. Ta-da! You
Yeah, I
can
like the
see
lavender one on the left hand side. Yeah,
there's a lavender,
so pretty.
blue,
The blue one.
it's like grey. Okay, nowadays grayish, bluish grey or greyish blue.
This is the grayish color.
Very, very popular. So there was, I think about 5 years ago, there was this Northern Europe, from Ukraine, somebody, Yaroski. So he wrote a whole book on spinels and introduced like a very well cut cutting scales, cut spinels, and it really took the market by storm. Because one thing about spinels is actually single reflective. So the way you cut it, it can actually produce a kind of shine. And it's hard enough to have a very nice polish. So that's one of the reasons why spinels became very popular.
Yeah,
And the sparkle is really amazing.
yeah.
The R is pretty high. It's about 1.71. Sapphire and rubies are 1.76, 1.77, and it's double reflective. So double reflective, you tend to see slightly slightly shift of color at certain areas. Whereas you look at the red spinel, no matter how you turn the stone, you see that it's red all the way.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
this piece is really nice. This red.
Very nice color.
Yeah. So today this kind of red spinel.
Very
from
sought after.
Myanmar,
Very
yeah.
sought after. Like
Yeah.
I was seeing a stone the last couple of years ago, about 10 carats. They were asking like 10,000 US to about 15,000 US a carat. So you know, but anyway, whoa, a 10 carat ruby. It can be in the millions if it's a pigeon bud red and unheated. Only recently, the last 3 to 4 years, they started heating spinels to improve the color, to remove the brown. So Huiying is we're going to show you a beautiful piece of a pair of
Spinel
spinel
earrings.
that one of our sister companies, brands, the King's Bespoke, actually made for one of their clients.
Yeah. Okay, just give me a second.
Do a new share.
Yeah, you wanna show them this grey one?
Oh yeah, okay, so I'll show you the grey. So here is another grey spinel that is cut in a traditional cutting by Myanmar cutter. This is in a flower shape. So yeah, I think grey is a color that has been in trending a lot this season. Then this one is a pinkish. Yeah, it's a pinkish color. So finding the right color is very important in terms of the value. The moment there's some kind of overtones, like brownish overtones, it actually drops the pricing a lot. That one of the things that Spinel helps the Spinel improve in pricing is really the cutting. When the cut is really beautiful, the color comes out and the reflection comes out, and it's so amazing. It looks really like a diamond. Okay, Huiying is going to show you some of our journeys.
Yeah.
Let's show them
the earring
video first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here it is. Don't need sound for this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So look at this. This is a pair of Spinel earrings from Myanmar. Very beautiful, clean, almost vivid red. Certain angles is very dark because I was blocking the light. Yeah. So this was taken outdoors. So one of the things that Spinel needs is a outdoor light. Somehow rather, if you are, let's say if you're a gem dealer here, the halogen lights or the LED lights do remove the beauty of a Spinel. So it just doesn't stand out so much. So if you want to present your stones, do go under daylight. So this was taken in the morning about 9 a.m. In an outdoor. It actually took it in my balcony. So you can see the red. You have to take it in certain angles, because the moment you cover it, there's no light reflection. It becomes very dark, almost like a garnet style.
Yeah, but still very bright, because if you look at the surface, it's very lustrous. The surface luster is very high.
We polished this stone in Ramat Gan in Israel. So the polish, we actually recut it. A lot of times when you buy spinels from the producing countries, many times the polish isn't so high. So we just do a little bit additional work to improve the luster.
Yeah. Okay, so now let me share with you our trip to which one first? I think we should go for the Vietnam first.
The Vietnam trip.
Okay, let me share computer.
So in Vietnam, they call this the Gate of Heaven, because the whole mountain, as you can see from the, don't play first, and I talk a bit. Oh. Tell them about, see, the whole mountain is white. So when I was looking at it from afar, I thought, wow, it's like a snow.
Yeah, it looks like snow. They call it the gateway to heaven.
Yeah, and it's a bit, the elevation is higher. I can't remember how much higher, but it was higher, so it felt cool.
Yeah.
So it was a really nice and refreshing take, because the whole day in Myanmar, I mean in Vietnam, it was pretty warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
the northern part of Vietnam here.
Check it out.
Okay, let me just play the video. Hopefully it's not too loud. Is there any sound? Do you hear any sound?
No sound. Never mind, just show. So this is we went, the gate of, it's my hand.
Yeah.
We went there with a couple of important gemologists. Dima Schwartz, that time was working for Gublan, and he was there. So 500 meters away from the gateway to heaven.
Hi everybody.
I was very.
This is Huiying here, reporting from the mountains at An Phu. We have climbed up, I don't know how many percent,
not very,
probably more than half. And we still got more to climb.
Okay, but it's quite
so
steep,
you can see
really
I'm panting. My videographer is panting too.
Yeah.
It's a bit loud.
So when we go up there, see you again.
Okay.
See, the limestone rocks look like snow.
Yeah. So these are the miners. They stay there.
Come, say something.
Hi everybody. This is Huiying here, reporting from An Phu mountain again. As you can see, there's a limestone
I see the stick
bubble.
also cannot hold straight.
Gateway to heaven. Look at that. And I'm still panting. Now with an extra stick. So, scientists are here.
Tell the scientists.
Take a look.
The
the
scientists are
gemologists.
behind.
And I think we should go and have our lunch.
Okay.
See you again.
Okay, so that was me. And these are the miners. They work independently. Yeah.
Very loving.
Yeah, very very friendly, very enthusiastic about having visitors like us. Okay, so that's it for this one. So this is our experience at our
An Phu
experience at
in
An Phu
Vietnam.
in Vietnam. Okay, I see a chat. Okay, now then I am going to show you this one is let me just close this so that where is my okay, this is the one. Okay, so this is the mine in Myanmar, which is the this is Mansin mine. I brought a group of students to Myanmar in 2015.
Mansin Mine,
Yeah, that's right. This is Mansin mine.
the home of the Jedi Spinel.
Jedi Spinel.
Google it up, Jedi Spinel.
Yeah, later we show you the Jedi Spinel. So as you can see, is they use water, water to flush.
Oh, we travel a lot of places out here.
Yeah, we did. Of course, they make use of the
See, wow, look at the guy.
density.
Wow. So gem mining actually, they just use water. It's not chemicals.
Yeah.
It's not as damaging
Actually,
as
this one is the Pian mine.
Tempe. Yeah, looks
Yeah.
like Tempe.
Later on, you probably will see
this is the dancing
Mansin
pigs.
one. Yeah. So this is actually science lah, but it's very basic things,
Yeah.
very basic techniques to sort out the gems. So of course in this mine they have not just spinel but also quartz and all that. And then we were like picking
They
out.
were giving out free stuff to all the students and the visitors. So
Yeah, I see different colors and all that. Yeah, okay, so that's it for this one. I didn't show the Mansin mine one. Okay, so this one actually is the Pian, not the
Okay.
Mansin one. Mansin
yeah,
mine.
this was the place where you step on a puddle of mud and then your whole shoe was covered with spinel. I was like, oh dear, sorry, your leg went into the
I
puddle
think
of mud.
so,
Then
yeah.
when she lifted up her leg, her full shoe was full of spinels.
Okay,
Amazing.
no lah.
Really?
Got some spinel lah.
Yeah,
So
wow.
full. Okay. So I want to show you some photos. Okay, show you some photos.
This is the Jedi spinel.
This is the owner's place where they show some Jedi spinel. You can see it's very, very bright in color.
Yeah.
So these are some Jedi spinel. So this was in 2015. Okay, later I show you another set which was in 2018, and this was like the Jedi spinel have not become popular yet. Okay, at this time, no, nothing. But it was
2015
already
wasn't
very
so popular.
expensive. So if you see this photo, it does disservice to the spinel because it's pretty dark. It's actually not so
It's like neon-
dull one, but
neon
it's
colour.
very neon color, neon
Yeah.
looking color. Okay, you can see next one.
This
This
is
is lower
lower quality.
quality. In the same place, the same
It's lower
owner, lower
quality.
quality. He was not selling. He was not selling these. Okay, do you know these ones were like if I try and remember right, it was nearly 10 to 12,000 US per carat.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot for a rough.
Yeah, yeah, for a rough. So after cutting, you can imagine how much.
How
it
many
will
carats
cost.
was this? The whole lot?
This whole lot, if I was
10
if
carat?
I'm not wrong, yeah, probably about 10.
Yeah.
About 10. The largest piece I remember was 5, but not in this lot. So these are the lower quality ones.
See the
And
color?
this- yeah, very nice bright neon color, but the clarity is not there. This is not the good quality ones. This
Look
is
at
the
this.
high quality one. This is another lot, 16.4 carats, and you can see how transparent.
Yeah, it looks like
is.
synthetics.
Yeah, it's not translucent. It's totally transparent.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another picture. So we were just looking at them.
It's
and
our
all that.
FGA students.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
students
Stefan
from
and
Caroline. Yeah.
from Brazil, and this from France.
Okay, so he's very serious.
Yeah, he's very serious.
He's a gem dealer now and good guy. Okay, so this was taken in 2015. Let me show you the one in 2018, which we went.
It's my hand.
No, it's mine.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's the same mine, okay? Same mine owner, Mansin mine. This is my hand, and I just took a picture because it looks really cute. It looks
Did
like
he give it
Christmas
to you?
Christmas tree. This one, no lah. This
There, look at that.
yeah.
Wow.
So this is the time where the Jedi Spinel became popular already. So within the span of 3 years, okay, something like this, they go for auctions, in
Yeah.
lots, okay. So 2015, it was not like that when I went, right. It wasn't like this so popular, big lots, and then people really go and bid for it. No, not yet. 2018, yes, 2018 it became very, very popular already.
Are you going to show that big stones? Oh, look at that color.
Yeah, look at this
It's
color.
like the Jedi. So they coined the term Jedi Spinel because it looks like the sword, the lightsaber.
Yeah,
You know?
lightsaber color, but very, very nice, very, very like candy, very tasty.
See, look at the
looking.
cut stones.
These are the cut ones.
Wow.
Very beautiful.
Can you imagine the whole world, you have only one mine producing Spinel like this?
Yes, correct.
That's the kind of rarity
Yeah.
it is. And for me to understand it still, I don't understand the price. But if you look at the geological history and you compare to other gemstones, this is like Kashmir of Spinels. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Color is really, really nice. Before this range of colors, right? The really popular one is the red one that looks like ruby.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
is like neon pink.
Yeah, but this
It's
is really
unusual.
like-
It's really unusual. It's like I think the closest is the Tanzanian, the Maheng. Maheng
Mahang, yes, but that is a bit orangey.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's very different. And that one not clear one, that one is like milky color.
No, nice.
There are some clear
but
ones,
it's not like it doesn't pop out like this.
Yeah.
Color.
Correct. The neon color.
Look at that.
Wow, look at that. And the crystals are all like
Wow,
really nice.
Andrew, I can see
crystals.
you are enjoying yourself. See your facial expression.
Andrew is
I'm
drooling.
drooling. I'm drooling.
He was doing that. Very nice, right? Okay, one day. Now cannot travel.
Now
Look
COVID,
at that. Look at this. Look at the the transparency, the light that shines through, and then
Look
the
at
color
that.
just hits the white background. So beautiful.
Very tasty.
Yes, very tasty looking. It's like candy, like that. So nice, And this is the large piece, but not as transparent as that one. This is another lot. This is a bit lower quality.
So you all can see the size of this spinel is not very big. These are maybe average 1 carat.
Yeah, or
1
less.
carat plus less. So it's very small.
Yeah,
So
correct.
large piece, they do really command a premium. Let's go and see the large piece. See that? Look
no,
at that.
this is not the large one. But this one, I just want to show the transparency.
Oh yeah, look at that.
yeah,
Can you zoom
it's
in
not
a bit?
very zoom. How to zoom? Oh.
Look at that.
Wow, my camera very good.
Yeah, I can see your fingerprints. What's that?
No, the
Beautiful.
focus is this one.
Yeah, look at that.
See how okay. The only thing about these crystals is that they are very flat. So when you cut them, right, if you want it to look big, right, it
will
ends
be
up
flat
to be
stone.
quite flat. Yeah, so there is some compromise. That's why the owner, they don't cut it. They only, the lower quality, they make into cabochons, and that's about it. The rest, they don't really cut
They
it.
sell it rough.
Yeah, they sell it
Some
rough.
people just sell it like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, this is the 5
Yeah,
piece.
this is the five piece.
I think
uh,
I
five
saw
piece
this again
chicken.
in 2018.
This is 2018.
Oh, oops.
This is 2018.
Yeah, this one, right? This one is about 3 carats. 5
3 to 5.
3 to 5 carats each.
3 to 5 carats each.
And then, right, each piece is $30,000.
Look at this
So he's not selling by piece; he's selling by lot. So this whole piece,
whole lot.
at that time was $150,000.
Yeah, it is very not cheap, right? So Deepa just now asked about the price.
Oh, look
right?
at that,
This is a big one.
the-
This is
oh,
like
oh.
the 5 carat. This is like, this is my finger. I touched it.
Yeah, wow, your finger now worth a lot of money.
No, don't cut it.
Don't cut
No,
it, of
just
course.
kidding.
Just kidding.
Again, it's a little bit flat lah. That's the only drawback about this.
They're more tabular.
Crystals, yeah,
Yeah.
they're tabular and you need a little bit of creativity.
So those
I
of
think, to
those
cut
of
it well.
I mean those of people who buy diamonds, might not be able to appreciate the spinel because, like diamonds, you really talk about the excellent cut, the well proportioned. But in spinel, like for this mine, it produces flat stones. So most of the stones, when it comes to the market, they will be flat. So they might have a window, and they are just flat. And the sparkle might not be there, like comparing to a diamond, but the color is amazing.
Yeah.
And the clarity, like if you can see something like this, it's really amazing.
Yeah, so imagine you have one whole lot and then you make into this really nice big, Indian jewelry type. You have like one big chunk of a necklace and
Yeah,
a lot
wow.
of gems. Wow, very nice.
Wow.
We also drew,
Yeah.
right? Like Andrew.
Drew like Andrew.
Okay, that's cheesy.
Our next
sorry.
zooming in with gems.
sorry. Where am I now?
Drew with Andrew.
Drew with Andrew. This is another one. This is not the same one.
Yeah.
This is more octahedral. So you can see it. You can make a nicer
Look at that
piece.
color, it's like strepsils.
We are giving them all kinds of names.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this is one of the kind of jewelry that they really like to do. They set it like that. Yep.
or if it's hard enough, you can.
It's like
You make into a ring,
punk,
right?
punk style.
Punk style, right? Very
Yeah.
pink. All right, and that's about it. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at that. It's pretty interesting
Look at that.
the way they
Wow.
do it. I think I'm not sure how they set it. Do they glue it in?
Yeah, they do
They
glue,
probably
but this is like a channel setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about it. It's pretty interesting, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, don't be so don't be surprised of the price. Yeah, if you see like a Burmese and they call it from the Mansin mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, be
mine.
prepared to pay. I mean, if you have customers who want to, like those of us are here, gem dealers, it commands a great price.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's not that just people want to jack up the price. It's really rare. In the whole of Myanmar, only this mine produce this color and this
Yeah.
quality. Yeah, so anyway, that's about it. I let anybody has any questions.
Yeah, do you have
Today
any
we really
more
overrun the time
questions? Yeah.
by a lot, but we have so much to share and we want to share with all our friends.
I totally enjoyed looking at those Mansin mine spinels.
Yeah.
The pictures, just the pictures alone. Wow, make it
Very
so
nice.
exciting, so
Drew
nice.
with Andrew.
Yeah, Drew with Andrew. Okay, Drew with Andrew.
Nice
Andrew.
one, nice one.
Yeah. So Andrew, you like those?
Any comments, Andrew?
Jedi spinels.
Wow, very nice. This is the first time I heard Jedi.
Yeah,
spinel.
Jedi. You know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, very, very appropriate, sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, gem dealers are very creative.
Yeah.
Pigeon blood, ruby, Mansin, MAN.
Mansin.
Mongshu is no.
Mansin.
Mongshu is different part of Burma.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is in Mogok, MOGOK, and Mansin.
Mansin mine.
Yeah.
It's in Mogok area. Yeah. So we are very blessed and very privileged to know all these people, but this mine is very it's not new. It's really not new mine. I think a lot of scientists went to that mine already because they wanted to find out how come the spinel coming from there can be this kind of color. Yeah, the production is okay. It's average.
Yeah,
it's
not
not like
very
very
high.
high.
Yeah.
Not very high production. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you
So
very much. Any more questions?
Any questions? So we have Mansin, not Mongshu. Mongshu is for rubies. Mongshu for rubies. Yeah. Any other questions? I don't see any questions. We hope that you enjoyed yourself. Little Red Dot. This webinar. In this webinar.
Yeah.
I enjoyed sharing.
Me too. It's our 55th birthday for Singapore.
55.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Happy National Day.
Happy
to
National
everyone.
Day. Yeah, and we also wish India a good, happy National Day. Okay, next week we wish one more time for India.
Oh, India next week.
Yeah, exactly. 15
wow.
August.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want the registration link for next weekend, right? Perhaps we can have we can have the link up for you here. Okay. We have Pei.
Pei,
Is
can
it
you put
okay?
up the link for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next webinar?
Next webinar for everyone. That's right. We just wait a few seconds for her to put it up.
So how's everybody doing today? Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. Any comments for the sharing that we just shared? Do you all like it? If you like it, just say, I like it.
Feel like doing live Facebook.
Yeah, must do. Now it's all about interaction.
Okay, there you go. The next webinar link is right there.
So we are trying a new system using Zoom instead of Eventbrite.
Yes.
Yeah, so
It's more direct lah.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you like our webinar, please feel free to share it with your friends. Okay,
Yes.
share with your friends so that we can have more interaction and things like this. Okay, and I really like it when we show things.
Yeah, showing things is nice.
Yeah, that's right. The
So the-
next webinar is on pearls.
Oh, wow. Huiying, you went to Bahrain last year, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
study on, there's
was
the
fun,
Pearl
man.
Institute, the Gemological Institute, and you studied about natural pearls and you went diving. Will you be sharing this with the participants?
I'll try. I had difficult time diving, man.
Yeah, and they actually found some clams with, not clams, some oysters with pearls.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Natural pearls.
so stay tuned for next
Stay
week.
tuned for
We
next
will not
week, okay? Stay tuned for
reveal
next
too much,
week.
but
Yeah,
next
that's
week do
right.
join us. Get your friends. Those of you who have people interested in pearls, do join us for our next webinar.
That's right. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. We overran quite a bit today, but I hope that you have enjoyed yourself. I'm sure you did, because everybody stayed on.
Yeah.
Okay, so have a great evening. Thank you very much. Yeah, Andrew, you want to say anything?
No, thank you everyone for attending, and happy birthday, Singapore.
Happy birthday. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.